Hello, y'all. How's everyone doing today? Hope everyone's having a very fabulous and blessed day. It's so hard to put yourself out there and it's like a whole entire warm-up. And then after a while, I guess I watch some of these TikTok, YouTube channels, and they have just this charisma, right? And I'm like, oh, but then I have to think to myself, like, okay, they've been doing it for a hot minute. It got to me because for whatever reason. And anyways, I'm gonna try to do more videos to get out of my head, to just figure out how to live this human life. I mean, I was just watching a TikTok or Facebook reel, whatever they're called, and it was about this gal, Crystal, who does, oh, look at that cute little spider. Oh my goodness. But Joe, say little buddy. How she talks to AI and then it gives her some feedback stuff, right? And this one happened to be about simulation and how we are living in a holographic type of thing, right? And it kind of makes me wonder, like, and what if, I've always loved the coexist stickers. I don't know why, but I've always loved them. And I've always said to myself, it's like, why can't we coexist? Like, everyone has different opinions and no one is really right at this point. I mean, we're all at war trying to figure out who's right, but who really is right? Well, I had a realization today. What if each of the different spiritualities, religions have something to them? What if we're meant to take all of the little things from here and there and just collectively put that together to what resonates individually with us and put them to good use? We would be able to have a much better planet, because at that point, we've all unlocked a little piece of the simulation, I guess, but we also have a better quality of life. So yeah, I mean, if that makes sense. I mean, it sounds kind of crazy, but at this point, I think I'm just gonna roll with it. I've been trying to figure out what that humanness is, right? Well, I'm just gonna take a little bit of everything from everywhere and see what works for me, see what feedback, I guess, I would get back from the simulation, from the living my heart. I've always loved to live life with my heart forward, to give and to love, and I've always had in my heart that everyone deserves to be loved, but they also want to be loved, and we don't know how to work with that, right? And being vulnerable is so hard. Well, I guess I'm gonna follow what my heart and my soul is telling me, and I feel like the key to surviving this new simulation, the two earths, I mean, oh my goodness, there's so many different theories out there. At this point, I think what I'm realizing within myself is that I really don't care who's wrong or who's right. In my belief system, as is happening, no one is wrong and no one is right. We have bits and pieces of whatever this is, and whatever has happened with the new frequencies that are happening in this new earth. I think we're 100% online. I think we're 100% for ourselves, and then there's a rule book out there, and I'm gonna try to figure out the rule book. I'm gonna figure out what, I guess, the cheat codes are, because I'm ballsy enough to live with my heart forward, and I truly believe that there is a key, and I want to figure out the key. I'm interested in living my life to the fullest, creating my heaven on earth. What does creating that heaven on earth really mean? I mean, I know it's individuals. Every single soul is different. And I'm looking at it as, what is that game? Oh, like the Sims game. I feel like that's a clue right there. Like, what if we do that? What if by us playing, being conscious, what if by being conscious and choosing to listen to our heart and our soul, we're able to tap into that off matrix thing? That's the thing. It's so many. There's so many labels to it. And from the beginning, you have heard me. I said, I don't like labels. And I think that's the thing, is we have labeled everything to the point of that the label has a label. Rip that shit off. Let's just work together. Try something different. Try a different way of looking at life, a different way of being you. Because at this point, we're in chaos. And what's it to us to give out a little bit of love from the bottom of our hearts? Like, I know it's hard to do, but it's also getting out of here. And I've realized, for me, more time in nature when I can, but choosing to boop those thoughts and to, it's weird, and I'm figuring it out. But the thing is, what I'm trying to explain is, as I've been playing around with it and figuring it out, my life has transformed. It is, and it's hard to say to someone that is having their lowest day, or having a bad day, or has had a bad week, month, any time. We're all in crisis right now. But what I'm saying is, I'm trying to find the cheat code. I'm trying to figure out what that thing is. What do I have to do? Because I've already lived with my heart forward. I already do. I've been told I'm crazy for living with my heart forward, blah, 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 you know. But who cares? If that's the thing that makes me happy and it has transformed my life, oh, heck yeah, I'm going to do that. And if I'm figuring it out, why not share the secret? Because I want other people to be successful too. We're all in this together. We are trying to survive on planet Earth. And if we're truly live, as I think we are, then we're all on our own at this point. Like, yeah, here we are. Oh, people outside, yay! Have a blessed day. Have the dogs. And I think it's, at the end of the day, it comes down to our karma points. You know, if it's the simulation reset, so by that logic, hello buddy, our karmic points probably are gone, and now we have to figure out how to survive, and also live with Mother Earth, because everything's alive. Oh my goodness, like literally, yep, everything's alive. And here we are. I mean, why don't we do this? I'm gonna try to learn, figure out what the toolkit my soul came with. Who is my soul? Like, what am I here for? What is my message? What is my contribution to society, to humanity? And if we're taking on our own responsibility of being humans, if that's the first key, I guess that's the first key. The first key is we're all on our own. We're all on our own. We take care of our own crap. And then if you're with a spouse, you do your 50%. maybe a little more, maybe a little bit less, whatever your heart desires, but whatever works for you. But know that based on how much you put into it out of the goodness of your heart versus the logic, oh, I need to do this because she's gonna get mad. Yeah, that's probably not, maybe get a little bit, I don't know. But I feel like if you're like, oh, he looks like he really needs some help. I got 10 minutes on my hand. Yeah, let me see. How can I help you? Or whatever comes to you in that moment. It's that flow state, you know? And the more, for me, that I have, like I said, I've been trying to practice. I've been practicing whatever this is to try to just do it, right? And it's living with your heart forward. And there are certain rules that I have, what's the word? I'm figuring out. It's all those, some of those little old school sayings like, whatever happens, happens. No expectations. What's the one, like when you have your hand closed, no money, no energy, no nothing comes in. But if you open it up and it's free and you're just like, hey, whatever, then it's gonna flow. That energy, that money, that love flows in because you're being vulnerable. And it's little things like that. And I feel like I'm taking a little bit of everything, from a little bit from here, a little bit from there, a little bit from that. One of my favorite sayings from the Bible, the kingdom is within you. Okay, well, I'm gonna roll with it. My kingdom is in my heart. Well, and if we're all souls with a purpose and we're here for a reason, then what is that reason? Let me open my heart and to just love everyone as they are, because I see them as individuals. I see them as some characters who are hurt, don't know what to do in chaos, and it breaks my heart. But I know that that will drain my energy, my life force. So I just can only send them love and blessings. At the end of the day, we're our own responsibility, members' responsibility. If that's the first key, then I'm going to focus on my crap. I'm going to focus on my shit. I'm going to tell my husband to focus on his shit. Hi, honey. I know you're watching this because you love me so much. No expectations, right? But still, like, if that's it, and I'm so scared to talk about what is working for me, then maybe there's something to it. That's me going out of my comfort zone. That is me standing up for myself and trying to live that path of members' responsibility. Me for me, sending out love and blessings, and to love everyone as they are. I don't know what they've been through. I don't know what's in their brain. Some of the videos recently I have seen are talking about how psychology says that two people could have the same experience and have two different outlooks, perceptions on it, you know. And like twins, even though they're twins, they can be significantly different. Raised in the same household, dressed the same, maybe not dressed the same, but they're not the same. Why is that? And that's what I think comes down deeper into who we are as souls, as individuals, who we are here to do that alignment, that chakra alignment, that you know, that energy centers. I haven't figured that out. I've been too scared to do that, but I've been focusing on how do I survive in this world as a human. I've been experimenting, and I'm gonna keep experimenting. I'm gonna keep on putting myself out there in the world, and to, I guess, rack up those karma points, or rack up those, you know, positive vibes, you know, that alignment that's all within me. because I know how I feel when I'm in alignment with myself. And I just had the most fabulous time with my parents for 3 weeks. And I practiced it, and I did the things, and I flowed, and I read them without discernment. I read them without reading them, you know, and I stood up where I felt I needed to. But to me, it never ruined the trip. It was a fabulous trip. I just moved on. I had to say my piece from, what's the word? As a third party. But that's because it tugged at my personal values. It tugged at my personal humanitarian version of how you treat a woman, you know. But that's me, you know, because if my husband ever talked to me like that, I would have fucking smacked the shit out of him. No way in hell you're gonna raise the fucking voice at me. I know you wouldn't, honey. But I know at the beginning of our marriage, I had a whole entire issue of when he even would raise just a little bit, I would go into a panic mode. Because it did bring up memories. It brought up hurt. So when I hear another man yelling at a lady for no fucking reason, but she just walked so long for 40 minutes. But that's the thing, we're all living with traumas. We're all living with pain in our hearts. Hello. We're all doing our best. But I've realized that how we treat each other takes a toll, especially right now, because everyone is so sensitive. Everyone is hurt. Everyone is hurting. Things are changing. We don't know what to do. So I'm doing something different. And I'm learning my soul's and my heart's values. I'm putting my feet into water because that brings me joy. I hug a damn tree. I stand up for my values, for the parts of me that I would not allow to ever happen to me. It's not about who's wrong, who's right. It's not about whatever else. It's just now how do we survive as humans? How do we do us? You know, how do we enjoy? Oh my goodness, more people. Hello, have a blessed day. How do we do we? Like, oh, I love to talk, don't I? Like, how do we do we? How do we enjoy ourselves and be in alignment? Because if this is truly a simulation, and you know, then why not roll with it? Why not be a leader, a pioneer in a different way of thinking and being? Bless be to everyone out there today. Oh, I'm getting water. Ah, thank you. I feel like the water is blessing me. Why not we learn a different way of living, a different way of being, a different way of thinking, taking responsibility for ourselves, just I'm going to say this lovingly, just fuck off. Let people do them. Fuck off of them. Like, who cares? Who cares what that person's wearing? If it brings them joy, who cares what kind of haircut they got? It brought them joy. They wanted to try something new. They broke up with someone. They're having a traumatic time. I don't know. Who cares? Who cares why they did the things that they did? Just because you don't see it through your lens doesn't mean that you have to piss on them. God damn, I'm realizing how much in our brains that we are living right now, and how much we're all have done and doing, but yet we're making ourselves more miserable. And I feel like that's that energy alignment part where we, what's the word? Have a blessed one. Where if it's all energy and we're in a simulation, then by that logic, we're draining our own energy by focusing on other people. And then we're becoming more miserable. And then it's just like a little feedback loop. Oh, I feel like I like that, by that logic. I like that. I'm going to claim that, by that logic. So by that logic, what's been working for me is living through my heart. I know that the Bible says you're going down to hell. I think it's a reference to scare us into not dropping down into our heart. Right here, the little heart right here. Why not? There's the 4 chambers, right? Like, I feel like that's the red hell that they talk about, but it's the heart. So if that's by that logic, we don't want to follow that, but we do want to follow the kingdom is within you. That is your heart. So it's like a double-edged sword type of thing. One's good, one's bad. You just take the middle line. Yeah, I'm going to take the middle line. You know? So yeah. I have a lot of journaling to do. Because that's how I've been kind of figuring things out. I've been journaling too. It started for healing purposes. But now it's for like, hey, let's figure this out. What is my heart? What does my soul want to come on paper? Like, what is that thing? Like, and I do it. So I feel like I've been blessed to try to figure this out. I know I'm not going to have all of the answers, but I know I'm going to have some of it. And then whoever else is out there that's brave enough to put themselves out there, just like me, may they be blessed. Because I know that some of those people have helped me. And I took what I needed. And I hope you take what you need and leave the rest. You know, we're all just trying to survive out here. And we're all learning, you know. Simulation. God is energy. God is everything. And that's the key to the matrix, to the simulation, you know, and it's like you have to be one with everything and everyone, because we're all here to experience life on earth. So I guess by that logic, what's the human key? But, you know, we haven't been taught those keys. And the one key that I know that I'm going to say majority of us have not been taught, and it goes way back in generations and generations and however long, was to live from our heart. I think that's the key. And I think the channel is Sacred Path of Love, because the Sacred Path of Love is the key through your heart. The thing that most of religion has told us is you're going down to hell. Well, what if hell is actually heaven? Because this is how what if we swap it? What if we swap heaven and hell? You're living in hell when you're up in here. And when you live down here, as in hell, aka your heaven on earth, because your heart is the connection to the universe, to the multiverse, to the trees, I mean, science even proves that we're all electromagnetic walking fields, auras, all of that. That's all proven. That's like the key to the simulation. They're everywhere. But what if we take a little bit from everything and everyone, because everyone has a contribution to it. Everyone has a contribution to the matrix, to the simulation, to the hologram, to the multiverse. I mean, again, it's all labels. To Earth, planet Earth, Mother Earth, whatever, the goddess, whatever, Gaia. Again, it's all of that, you know, like, what if we just break it down to basics? Earth, planet Earth, if you want to go fancy, you know? But to Earth, like, how do we treat our planet Earth better? How do we raise the vibrations of Earth? How do we raise the vibrations of ourselves to create that heaven on Earth? I've seen videos about, you know, new Earth, old Earth, the Earth splitting. You know, what if that thing in the Bible is happening right now? That's the Christ consciousness that's coming online. What if it's all of that is happening right now? What if this is the biggest momentous moment that we have all been waiting for? What if that is now? What if that's now? Like, and now for me, I'm taking keys and things from here and there and that, and I'm listening to what resonates within me versus not. And it's hard to explain. It's very hard to explain. But all I know is that there is a divine timing. I know that there is a whole entire, when you tell your soul and your heart that you're ready, it will answer that call. Hello. Have a blessed one. Oh, kids are on a, what is that thing called? A boat, and then they have the little thingy that they could sit on. No, not water skiing. Chair skiing, I guess? I don't know. Oh, that looks so much fun. I hope, oh, that's super fun. I hope everyone's having a blessed Sunday today. But yeah, I am trying to do that cheat code, and I'm gonna figure out what it is, because I'm taking a little bits and pieces from everywhere. A little bit from here, a little bit from there, a little bit from that. And now it's just beginning to make more sense. And like I said, if I know a thing, why wouldn't I share it? Because sharing is caring. I know it sounds crazy, even as I talk about it, as my heart has such a big, like, push towards it. Even with that, like, I know that it sounds crazy. I mean, even as I say it, it sounds crazy. But here we are. I mean, I'm just going to do what I'm feeling pulled to do. You know, and I have to be able to learn to slow things down, because there's a part of me that has a lot to say, and then the other part is up here also trying to go like, oh, this is stupid, blah. And it's like I'm overriding the system, and I have to consciously choose to override the system. Boop that thought. We have a cat, Mr. Beans, and he boops you, especially like in the morning. He boops, boop, boop. Beanie, boopy. So he's a beanie boop. But now we do a thing. Boop, boop that thought. Intrusive thought. Boop it, boop it. Because it has made our life a lot simpler, you know. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I've been talking for a lot. Oh my goodness. Okay. I think I just need to get a couple friends that are interested in talking about this, and see what happens, and just have the conversation going. Because I really like to talk, but to talk in a whole entire video, especially this, is kind of interesting. Anyways, if you happen to see this, I guess I'm willing to chat, maybe do a Zoom call. I'm very interested in experimenting more with the simulation and what is the cheat code. I definitely have figured out it's coming from here. You know, tapping into the science, tapping into the mind, or booping the mind, you know, like the laws of attraction, manifestation, like all of that. It's all little things. Well, let's put all of that together. How do we put everything together to make it work for you? How do we detach from everything? Like, what is the key to discernment, you know? Like, yeah. Anyways, I have lots of questions. I have lots of journaling. And yeah. Anyways, I'm trying to learn how to create my own heaven on earth. I know there's a big shift. And I definitely honor, but I don't want to be my old version, because I have seen how much of a badass I've become. And I feel like this is my second chapter. This is my second, what's that word? Second chance at life. You know, because I've already seen a transformation in my marriage, with my parents, with all my in-laws, my brother. Bless my brother. I love my brother. But I'm learning, and I'm overcoming fears. I'm overcoming all of my own intrusive thoughts and my own personal hurts and traumas and what people have said to me or done or looked at, you know, like all of those things. Like, and then I'm in my own thoughts about, what's the word? I'm in my own thoughts about, like, oh, what are they thinking about me? Have a blessed day. What are they thinking about me? What, you know, what do I look like? And then I end up putting on masks. But I've realized, since I've had to boop that thought, I no longer, what's the word? I might be getting tired and running out of words, huh? Anyways, I'm just learning how to work with it. Anyways, I'm gonna figure this shit out. I'm gonna keep doing it, because I know for me, it has been transforming my life. So anyways, and y'all have a blessed day. Hopefully I got some more cool things to talk about next time. Y'all have a blessed day. Have a beautiful afternoon.